name's Hunter Spencer.
Do people ever call you Spencer?
All the time. Yeah, all the time. Every time in roll, for class.
Yeah.
Spencer.
Yeah.
Like, yes, here I am.
All right, guys, welcome to the Buff Show. Today we have an exciting episode with our newest agent here at Mountain Buff, Hunter Spencer.
Yep. What's up, guys? Excited to be here.
Welcome, dude, for coming on.
Welcome
to the brokerage and welcome to the podcast.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
First podcast.
Yeah, we're a little nervous right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. No, dude, it's been awesome. So you've been an agent for how long now?
Officially, a little over a month, like month and a half, almost 2 months.
How's it been?
It's been good.
Yeah.
A little bit of as you would say, drinking through a fire hose.
Yeah.
Baptism by fire. Just there's a lot going into it. So
is it what you expected or thought?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Just like all of the things that go into paperwork and documents and different softwares.
Yeah.
I think didn't know how much would go into that.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of what I expected as well, showing houses and all of that. So it's fun. I enjoy it.
What's been like the most surprising thing that you've seen since having your license, or like took you off guard the most, or wasn't what you thought?
I would say, honestly, just the softwares.
Yeah.
I would say, like, usually in certain, I don't know, industries with sales, right?
Yeah.
There's like one CRM.
Yeah.
That's usually what you're working with.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the database and software that you're using.
Yeah.
And here there's like 20,
Yeah. I think that's our own fault. Like I shoot myself in the foot there a little bit, but it's hard to find one that like covers everything. So it's like we have our CRM and our website and the DigiSign and the MLS. Like that's a whole nother thing that you have to figure out. And then like our website.
Right. Yeah.
Our two websites that we have.
Yeah. No, seriously. I think it's definitely a bigger learning curve than you think it will be. But I'm excited for once you're at that point of being pretty well versed.
Well, it's funny because I've been in it for so long that to me it's just like second nature, and I forget how much goes into it because like you just do the same things over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And you gradually add stuff, and then you end up with, you're like, holy cow, yeah, we do have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts. So
yeah.
Well, dude, I'm excited to have you on and here with us. So why don't you give everybody a little bit more info, who you are, where you're from, kind of your background and your story.
Yeah. Well, a little bit about me. Yeah. Name's Hunter Spencer.
Do people ever call you Spencer?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the time. Every time in roll, for class.
Yeah.
Spencer.
Yeah.
Like, yes, here I am.
That's
even
funny.
People who I think I know well will still call me Spencer.
Yeah,
so,
I'm pretty sure I might have already.
You probably did. Yeah, I think you did.
Because I was looking at a document that I had typed up for you, and I'm like, where is this? I'm searching Hunter, and then I type in Spencer. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Yeah. Nope. That's exactly it. The man with two first names. That's sometimes
yeah.
Or three. Middle name's my grandpa's name.
So what's that?
Kenneth.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Hunter Kenneth Spencer.
That one's not as common.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of first names.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, but so I was born in Nebraska, actually, but I was the only one born in Nebraska in my family. There's 5 kids. They were all born here in Utah, but lived there for just a little bit, and then I'm from Eden, so just Eden, Utah, right where you're at right now, in Ogden Valley, which that was awesome. Went to Valley Elementary, Snowcrest, Weber High, and I loved it in the Valley. That was really cool. So, went to Weber High, did soccer there, a little bit of football. Those are just kind of the things that I'm into, sports. And then I went and served an LDS mission. So I was away. I was during COVID. So there I went to Texas, Houston, Texas for a couple months. Then I went to Paraguay and lived there for like 21 months. So that was fun. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Quite an experience there. Got back, did a little bit of summer sales. I was that annoying guy knocking on your door, but not in Utah though. So
Yeah.
that's
What
good.
were you selling?
I did pest control.
Nice.
So, yep, did a little bit of that. But that was good. That taught me a lot, and
Yeah.
went with really good friends. So that was fun. And then been running my own little business for the last little while with a good friend of mine, doing like window cleaning and screen installs and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And so that's been fun. But I don't know, real estate always intrigued me, you know,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of why we shifted gears in something a little more long term.
Yeah.
But then I guess last thing kind of a background is I got married like 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So that was probably the best. That was the highlight of my life.
Yeah,
So,
that's been your highlight so far.
yep.
No, that's
So,
awesome. You have an awesome wife.
Yeah,
Good
she's awesome.
cheerleader for you. So
For sure.
no,
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
So what made you get your real estate license?
Well, I don't know, a lot of different reasons that kind of go into one, but I'd seen my sister and brother-in-law, they were kind of the main triggers for learning more about this. They got me interested in like the investment side of
Yeah.
real estate, and just how it's an appreciating asset that is a very smart asset to have. You know, usually it's always going to grow.
Yeah.
You know, over at least some period of time,
Right.
it's going to grow. It always goes up.
Yeah.
And so my brother-in-law runs a company down in St. George. And so just learning from them and kind of what they do really, I don't know, sparked an interest in real estate for me that I want to do that one day.
Yeah.
And then just started looking more into, okay, well, I could get my license. Like, that actually wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, at least taking the classes
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And so did that. And then just, I don't know, I think in the sales side too, I enjoy sales. That's what I like to do. I feel like I've always kind of been in some line of sales.
Yeah.
But what was hard for me doing pest control and other sales, it's more of a short sell, right? And it's not really relationship based.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That was a little bit harder for me, whereas this is more like it's those in your sphere, you know, those who trust you, those who I trust, right? That kind of want to work with and actually develop a relationship with, you know, that's longer than 5 seconds on the door.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't thought about it like that. But when I got home from my mission too, I too did a few like summer sales gigs and
really?
stuff like that. I did insulation for a little bit, not super long, and then I did like surveys.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was
And
that?
I didn't love it. And so in fact, I didn't ever like really consider myself like a great salesman. Like up until that point, which was interesting. But then I got my license and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And I just got fascinated with the journey and the process and everything like that. So it is cool. 'Cause like once I learned about investing and got like my first like rental check and stuff like that, I was like addicted. I'm like, this is crazy. Like,
right.
this is sweet.
Right.
So, it's been cool. So you're definitely on an exciting path.
Yeah.
So
Very.
tell us, what some of your goals are now that you have your license.
Yeah. One, just to do this more long term, like make a career out of this, you know, and really set myself, but really me and my wife's family up, you know,
Yeah.
for the rest of our lives and keep working in this. Some goals that I definitely do have now is we're in the process, like we want to buy a home, you know, and we're looking for homes and starting on that journey. And I wanted to wait till I had my license, just because you just have so much more access and
Yeah.
I can learn so much more now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Working with you. And so, yeah, that's really what we're doing now. And honestly, mark my words, I'd say 6 months from now,
6 months.
that's our goal. 6 months from now, we're going to be in a house,
That's awesome.
or at least own a house.
So by like what, June, end
Yeah.
of June, 2026,
Yep.
own a house.
June.
And you guys have been out
2026.
looking quite a bit.
We have.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. As of about 2 weeks ago, we started looking at all sorts of houses.
So, like, what's your strategy there? Because like it's super expensive right now.
Very.
Like probably the median priced home, like right now in Weber County is like 400,000 to 500,000.
Right. Yeah. So strategy there is, keep it cheap, right? Try to get the lowest mortgage
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah.
But obviously with interest rates and everything, it can
Still
be
expensive.
scary, and it's still expensive. But I think not what I think, I know what we're looking for is either a house with kind of like an ADU or a mother-in-law suite that we can rent out the basement and just do a little bit of a house hack.
Yeah.
Right. Just to kind of offset some of that mortgage. But also, after learning more, we're looking for units.
Yeah.
So, because our goal is to keep them.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to keep all the real estate properties that we buy and just keep them forever.
Yeah.
You know, if it makes sense to do so. So that's the goal, just because if we can do that, and if it can be legal and makes financial sense eventually to have it cash flow, a legal unit, as I learned, right, you can keep forever.
Yeah.
Right. Where it doesn't have to be owner occupied.
Yeah.
Which has kind of changed. So that's changed a little in our search. Before, I was just doing single family residential homes, but now spreading that out to possible duplexes. Triplexes.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is on an owner occupied loan, like FHA conventional, you can do up to 4 units, I believe.
That's right. So
4 units, and your down payment's minimal. Like FHA, you can do next to nothing down, you know, most awesome. Like 3 to 5% down. Whereas if I want to go out and buy a 4-plex right now, since it's multifamily, I have to put 25% down for most loans, unless I get like a different loan. Golden West had one for like 10 or 15% down, but the rate was higher. So like for you to try and get into units later on into life, it just costs you so much more.
Right.
And when I bought my first house, my theory was like, well, I'm paying for housing no matter what. So I need to figure out how to like try and eliminate that.
Right.
And I bought my first house in 2012. I just got home from my mission. I wasn't even married yet. It was kind of a crazy story, but I didn't have my license either. It was crazy how it happened. But I remember my payment was $933 a month. And my first renter, we put in there for $900 a month. So I lived in the basement.
Wow.
And I was like paying $33 a month to live there, which I was like, this is pretty rad. And it's harder to do that now just because I think prices have gone up so much. Like 2012 was a great time to buy a house because like that house I paid, it was like $190,000 for it.
Wow.
And now it's probably worth $500,000 or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but that like I got addicted after that, and then we sold that, bought a 4-plex, and then it was just like it's like this is amazing.
It's like, here we go.
And so that's what I've always like tried to encourage, especially like younger families or people just kind of getting started in their careers in their life. Like it will never be easier for you to make sacrifices and to kind of house hack your way into like some assets that will like snowball down the road in your life. Like if you can make those sacrifices now, you'll be blown away at some of the returns and what they'll turn into like 10, 15, 20 years down the road, totally. which is exciting. So when you first called me, I was pretty excited because you had like the right mentality. I tell a lot of people about this, but it's not like everybody gets it, So no, kudos to you. That's awesome. So
Thanks.
This year you're going to buy it. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
You're out looking. You got 6 months to pull it off. And I think you should document this, like document your journey and your process. Cause I think there's so many people out there that are just like paralyzed with like, oh, the housing market's so expensive, like I'm just not going to do anything. But I think there's ways to still figure out deals and to make it work, right? It might not be as easy as when I got into it back in 2012, but there were different problems back then that were like a huge challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember trying to find jobs. I was knocking businesses, and the highest like job I could find that would hire me and pay me was $11 an hour. And I was like, this is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that payment felt like a lot on $11 an hour, you know?
Yeah.
And I was doing a bunch of side gigs and stuff like that. So it's always, there's always going to be challenges, whether it's in the economy or your personal life. Like, I think it's never easy to try and make these things happen, but if you set the right goals and set out to do it, I'm confident you can. So it's going to be fun watching you.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to document a little bit more about it, and hopefully find others who are in the same situation, maybe help them. You know? Yeah.
So what's your advice to somebody just getting started? Where are you getting started? What's your first tips and tricks to kind of begin the process if somebody wants to try and pull this off in 2026?
Right. My first thing of advice would be to understand the actual process of buying a home, and really, simply put, get as much information as you can, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we always hear knowledge is power, and it really is in a sense, you know, that to go and buy a home, like, you can easily just go look on Zillow and, oh yeah, like this works, but then, and it'll calculate your mortgage for you, right? And then you don't realize that it was considering a 20% down payment, or you're like, oh my gosh, there's utilities and taxes and mortgage insurance on top of this because it's less or whatever. And so I think the first thing would be just educate yourself and try to learn as much as you can about real estate and the world of real estate, to then go for and go and try to make the best concrete, solid decision you can.
Yeah.
So that's where I'd start, and then just going for there, get in contact with people who know what they're doing and who have done it before. I think that's one of the biggest things why I reached out to you is there's an old saying, I don't know if I can say it right because I'll probably botch it, but it's along the lines of, if you want the quickest route to get down the road, ask those coming back. And I don't know, that's probably not how it's actually said, but it's something like that. And that's always stuck with me because there's always a way to get from point A to point C, right? And ask those who went through B, right? And know how to get there. So I think surround yourself with those who are educated as well.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into that. So why did you come over to Mountain Buff and kind of join us? There's a lot of brokerages out there. There's a lot of ways to kind of get started.
Right. Yeah. Well, there are a lot of brokerages out there. Yeah. And I went and looked at them. Yeah. You know, and which I think that's another good thing. Even if you're getting into real estate or whatever you're doing, you don't have to settle right at the start or off the rip. Right. Yeah. You can go look around and make sure you're comfortable. But that was kind of what I did, and I just liked what you have set up here. I love, I don't know, kind of the culture in itself of just, I don't know, just honesty, transparency. It's not like, because I've seen the classic, you could call it sales bro, right? Yeah. Everyone talks about it. Yeah. You know, and like they just hype stuff up, and that's kind of a lot of the times what I used to do is hype things up and make it too good to be true, but just being real with people and learning that was very attracting to me. Yeah. Just like, like we're just here to help people and keep a good relationship with them. So that was a huge thing. And then the other thing I would say is just Paden Anderson as a unit. You know? Like everything you had to offer and still have to offer was just like, that's kind of what I want to do. Yeah. You know, and seeing the journey that you've taken, you know, of getting into houses, scraping by with your wife to make sacrifices for something greater, you know, and just staying on that path. I think I just admire that a lot.
Yeah.
And then just seeing how you work, and then obviously the numbers speak for themselves as well.
Yeah.
Like I know you've been doing this for a long time, many years, but also being able to even see the numbers of sales and the success you've had, but also being able to meet some of your clients and actually talk to them and hear what they have to say about Mountain Buff or Paden Anderson. You know? So
no, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Those are kind words. I'm flattered.
Of course.
No, but going back to like the brokerage, when I set out and like started Mountain Buff, like the whole idea was, and we started with like being a buff. Like, what does it mean to be a buff? And it's really like an expert or somebody that's really passionate about like a particular subject. So like a movie buff or a history buff. I'm like, we can be the real estate buffs. And I like the buffalo, obviously. And I like the mountains. So I'm like, mountain buffs. Like we just create this own like little mystical creature and start running with it. We'll call ourselves the real estate buffs or experts. And I think our mission and our goal is to empower buyers, sellers, investors with like the knowledge and tools so that they can make educated and informed decisions. It's never to like be like, you need to buy this house, you know, or like we got to make our mortgage payment. So like, I really need you to close this. That's never been my philosophy in sales. I feel like the properties sell themselves. Like we're kind of the connecting pieces of like, hey, does this make sense for you? Does this align with your goals? And then helping people kind of like counsel through the decision, because it's a big decision and it's scary. Like a lot of people are freaked out. I've never sat across the closing table with a buyer where they're like, yeah, I'm totally comfortable with that payment. Like that's not scary at all. Like, and I've done that. Like we bought a lot of houses up to this point, and every one of them is like a stretch. You're like, you're just stretching a little bit.
That's where we're at.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
It is scary. It's really scary. But that's like, I believe that's the purpose of life. And like, we're down here to grow and to progress. And like, that is one way of progressing is like making those sacrifices and those adjustments and then figuring it out. Not being dumb. I don't think you should be dumb. But I think there's a smart way to play the game. And it's just, you're playing Monopoly, right? And it's exciting. I've been reading this book, and it's called, I need to pull it up. It's called Die with Zero. It's really good. Okay. And the philosophy is everybody in life feels like you have to scrimp and save and then like die with like all this saved up money and all this stuff. And the book is like, actually, no, you should invest into like experiences and memories. And like, it's okay when you're younger to maybe not save as much or to, you know, buy a house when it scares you, because your income is probably going to go up over the next 10 years, right? And so there's like a building phase, and then there's a phase where you kind of like, okay, we're going into retirement mode. Let's start conserving and stuff like that. It's an intriguing book, so you should read it if you're.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
I'll take a look at it.
Die with Zero.
Die with Zero. Okay.
Bill Perkins. Pretty good. Anyways, so yeah, the goal of Mountain Buff is to really educate and inform people so they can make an informed decision, whether that's let's buy this house or let's not buy it. And if it's not buy it, we'll find you something else, or maybe the timing doesn't work. We're never there to push people into it. And then it's cool having you come aboard and like admire some of the things that I've done. When I got into the business, I had a lot of people like that for me that I was like, man, it's impressive. Like, and they kind of took me under their wing and like showed me the ropes and taught me how to do it. And I think for me, it's just hard finding people with that ambition and that hunger. And it's funny because we were not looking for agents. Like, you reached out to me out of the blue and you're like, hey, I'm getting my license. My dad knows you. I don't know you. Like, we should talk. Yeah. We talked. And I was like, actually, like, we don't take on new agents, but I might need some help here if you want to come over and help, and I'll shadow you and you can kind of get your feet wet. And we've been running full speed.
Yeah, it seems like it. Sprinting.
Yeah. Oh, it was funny. We were like squaring up the other day, and it's been you started longer than I thought ago. And there was one day I'm like, I don't remember like your first day starting it being like from 9 to almost 9 p.m. And you're like, well, that was the day I was out showing all these houses. It was like your second week in work.
Right.
And you did a full day in the office, and then you left and went and showed a bunch of houses
down in Provo
and got home late. And it really has been like baptism by fire.
Yeah, it has.
So
yep.
It's cool though, because that's like the best and fastest way to like learn and learn the ropes of the business.
It definitely is. That's what I was kind of most excited for. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Like it can be overwhelming, I guess, better said. But I was just, because I started real estate school and I finished it in a month. I did it in a month, and I was so tired of sitting, watching a screen, because it's like a game. Like if someone's explaining a game to me, I'd just rather let's just play it and I'll learn as I go, right? And so now I'm doing that, because real estate school will only teach you so much.
Oh, they don't teach you hardly anything about
honestly,
what you actually do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I'm really learning a lot. So that's fun.
So why should somebody call you to have you help them buy or sell?
I would say several reasons. Kind of answer almost two questions in one. But I think what's hard is being a new agent. Like you have it, I don't know how to explain it. Like the hardest part of being a new agent is getting people to trust you.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're not as educated as we just talked about. And we've kind of talked about this a little bit. Like you were in this situation too. And I think that's why, what's the statistic? Like 98% of real estate agents quit within the first year.
Yeah, it's
right?
a lot.
Because like you can't get business. It's hard to have people be like, oh no, he knows what he's talking about, but he's only had his license for 2 months, right? And so for me, I just think my situation's a little bit different and unique in the fact that I work side by side with you, which is cool. Because most of the time people don't want, for example, if it was just me, like, well, I don't want you to be the guinea pig, right? To sell this house, like us being your first test run,
right? Yeah.
So I think my situation and the position that I'm at is why people should, consider working with us.
Yeah. No, so. I think you have, because it's like when I first got started, I had all the time in the world, and I'm like, I can hustle, and I can just out hustle a lot of the agents that maybe have more experience. I mean, that's what I did, and it was a lot of work. And so like this is kind of a nice opportunity for both of us, because I'm like super strapped on time, but I have a lot of knowledge, and I've done this like so many times that it's like you have a question, it's like this is exactly what we do, right? But you have a lot of time, but not all the knowledge. And so it's kind of like the perfect match where it's like together it's like 1 + 1 is 3, right?
Right. Yeah.
Instead of 2. And so we can go further, faster. And I think you're smart for how you've done this, because the stats are right. Like it's super hard to get started in real estate, to learn the ropes. The deals and the transactions are so long and time consuming. And like if you look at it, like most agents, they get their license, they do a few transactions the first year, if any, a few the next year, and then it like slowly builds up. So they're not like it's going to take them, I don't know, 3 to 5 years before they even feel like they've seen a fair amount of stuff. Versus you, like you come into the office this morning, you're like, we got an offer on this lot. Like you've seen, you've seen inspections, you've been to 2 closings without me. You're going to a few more this week. Like, it's just, you're seeing all aspects. And a lot of times you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're just like, hey, Hunter, just go do this. This is what you do. This is,
Right.
and it's like you said, you're learning the game as you go, which is cool. And I think it's cool for you too, because you have a lot of friends and people kind of in your age group, in your sphere, that you'll kind of be able to show them the ropes on, like, hey, you don't have to pay rent your whole life, or like for the first 5 years of marriage. Like, you can house hack, you can do all these things to help like set you up so you're further down the road, like quicker. Like, it's like that saying, like, when's the best time to plant a tree? And it's like yesterday, but the next best time is today,
Right.
because real estate, like buying a property, is just like planting a tree. In the beginning, it's dinky. Let's say it's a fruit tree. My dad just planted a bunch of fruit trees. It's going to be years before those trees ever bear any fruit. And maybe in a few years, he gets like one apple or one pear. And I told my dad, I was like, I'm really glad you planted those for us to enjoy later on down the road. Because I don't know, they take a long time to start producing. Fruit trees are, I don't know the stat, 10 years or whatever, maybe longer. And real estate's very similar, where it's like the first few years, you're just like, man, it's like, it can be a drag, it's hard. But then it's like a snowball. It just starts compounding and growing. And then you're like, whoa, like, rent's gone up, the property appreciated more. Like, it feels easier the longer that you have it. But if you wait, like, the biggest thing is like how you can get started on that, just getting started as soon as you can and get that time started, right? Because as the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take for you to start seeing those benefits.
Right.
And there's so many cool things. Like, we were talking the other day after an appointment, and I was like, if you buy, do you remember, like, you buy a property every year for 15 years? Like, there's so many cool strategies. One of them that we were talking about, you buy a property every year for 15 years, you put it on a 15-year mortgage, your payments are going to be pretty heavy, and you'll be paying a lot. But if you could stick to something like that, at year 15, you'd have that first one being paid off, and you'd have a property that you own free and clear. You could do a cash out refi, pull that money out, and let's say you pulled out 200 grand tax free, because that's like a loan back to yourself. And then you use that to live off of. And then the next year is getting paid off, and you just rinse and repeat. So off of 15 properties, you could really create like an amazing life.
Right.
And so there's a lot of cool things like that. Is it doable? It'd be tough, like right now with property values and interest rates, to do 15-year loans. Could you do it? I totally think you could, Yeah,
it's possible.
The compounding effect of rents is pretty awesome. Like, just the longer that you have it. And the nice thing is you set it up once, you buy the property, you get it set up, get tenants into place, and then it's just like this machine that, like, every month it's sending in rent. And there's things you got to do. I won't call it like 100% passive, because there's like, sometimes you'll have to replace a roof or a furnace or find new tenants. It's crazy. We've been doing this, and we're not currently managing all of our rentals now, so I don't know if we've had any evictions or not, because I think it was last year we hired it out to a property manager, which has been like amazing. Like, that's like the dream.
Hands off.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
So that's been sweet. But up until that point, so it had been like, 14 years? No, 12 years of having rental properties, quite a few of them. And we never, ever had to do an eviction. Like, I feel like the fears of owning rental properties are not as big of a deal as people make them out in their heads to be, Like, everything's pretty manageable, pretty straightforward, not that scary.
Right.
So, yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm excited. What do you think you're going to settle on? Are you duplex, fourplex, triplex?
Man, fourplex would be great. But I don't know. Hopefully settle on something 500,000 or less, and preferably a duplex.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Obviously, if you can get a triplex for that, then that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the goal.
No, that's awesome. So, and then what's your plan with that one? How long would you live there? What would you do with it?
My goal is to buy a property every year.
Yeah.
So staying there for about a year and then move on and just kind of repeat same thing. So who knows what opportunities might come up. Probably not just duplexes every time or whatever unit, but also, single family houses or flippers or whatever it is. So, yeah.
I like getting scrappy. Like our last house in the valley was really nice. We bought it, just single family house, and we completely renovated it. We have it up for sale right now, and it was nice. And then I wanted more acreage and more ground. And this house came up for sale just down the street, and it was like double the square footage on 3 times the acreage. I'm like, that's sweet. Yeah. And so we ended up making an offer on that. But the house was like, it didn't have a furnace. It's still not in great condition. Like our bedroom is worse than my kids' bedroom in the last house. Like, we don't have a master bathroom or anything that. But we traded like the nice house that was all done up fancy, like all new, for this other house. My wife would call it a turd that just like, it's not a turd. I really like it, but it just needs so much work.
Yeah.
And we have a renter in next door. Like I have 4 kids and we're renting out like part of our house right now.
Wow.
Like I wouldn't have thought that I would be doing that, but like, I think there's sacrifices that have to be made in order to get the dreams that you want.
Right.
And I don't care who you are, but $1,500 a year, $1,500 a month. That's what, $18,000 a year. Like that adds up over the years, right?
Right.
We're not going to do it forever, but like for this time frame, it made it to where we could keep our other house, rent that, buy this one, rent out part of the unit there, and it just like, I'm like, oh, well, I can kind of breathe a little bit because I have more rental income coming in. So I don't know if you ever get that fully out of your system. Like it's like whether you're buying your first one or your 10th one, it's like, you're like, man, we're just like, the first one was 200,000. This one's almost $1 million. Like it just, and I'm sure the next one will scare me even more, know? Yeah. But it's just exciting to have those goals and dreams. And it's the American dream is real. Like it's so cool to be like the day you close on something and you get the keys and you go walk on the ground, you're like, this is my dirt. Nobody owns this but me. Like, this is mine.
That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
We cannot wait for that. Oh,
just to own some dirt.
Yes. Yeah. Just this is ours, even if it's just that we can dig a hole because we can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I love it. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, what's your long-term vision with real estate?
Honestly, just you're
putting this out there like on the
long-term vision. Oh man. Yeah, I know. What am I going to look back and think of what I said 15 years ago?
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. My super nautique surf boat.
Yeah.
All that. No, but really just, as I kind of mentioned before, make a career out of it, right? And just stick in, and jump in with both feet.
Yeah.
Really what I'm trying to say. And just go all out. I think it'll pay off down the road. And so, and the other thing, like with the actual real estate side of it, is just building relationships with people that last a long time. I think that is honestly one of the coolest ways, this is one of the coolest ways to do that.
Yeah.
There's so many studies and cool things and seminars that just say at the end of the day, right, or even maybe in that book, right, that the money, yes, it's important. This is important, but it's who you know, and it's the impact you made, that's the most important.
Yeah.
And so I just think this is a cool career to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's the goal. And then just to, I don't know, be successful in this, do a really good job, and be someone that people can trust and be like, oh no, like he's transparent, he's honest, he does a good job and goes over and above, what's really required. So.
No, that's awesome. I definitely think you have the heart and the head for it. It's going to be really cool to see where you take it. And it's been a busy past like 3 or 4 weeks while you've been here. And I feel bad because it's like, you came on at a time where I was trying to get everything ready for winter at my place and just a million projects, and the business was crazy. It's finally kind of starting to slow down where I'm like, okay, here's how we're running this, and like explaining things more. But you pick up on things really quick, and I do think you have the right like attitude and demeanor and intentions to really go far in real estate. So
well, thank you.
It's going to be a fun journey. And if any of you are looking for investment properties or to buy or sell, reach out to Hunter, and we'll make those dreams become a reality. So
for sure. Yeah. Stay tuned for the journey and follow along, because it's going to be exciting, even though I'm excited but nervous, all the emotions. But
I'm excited to see it. So June,
mark it on your calendars, everyone.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks.